Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, Hunter? Long way since early access. I have not ever touched it, so this will be great. Everyone else knows how to fly it except for me. Backroads has been flying it a few days. Bunch of V1's videos. Oh, I haven't watched any videos. I know literally nothing. Thought I had died. Why? Because I was playing Destiny on Tuesday? I am alive and well. Though I secretly, well, not secretly at all, because I'm going to say it. I'm just going to go play Destiny as soon as I'm done with this, because it is crazy right now in Destiny, the Destiny world. It's awesome. If you know, you know. I might have to cancel Saturday's stream because on Friday it starts 48 hours of the new Destiny raid. Yeah. Gonna be awesome. I'm a big fan. Alright. I have no idea what I'm doing, so it'll be a painful early start of the stream where I'm unable to get the plane started probably, so this will be great. See if I got everything going here. I got Say Intentions, I got Navigraph up, Volanta's up. Just gonna do a quick flight over to Vegas. Okay. Yeah, I know a bunch of people had this, bought it not on the marketplace, but since it's new in the marketplace, I finally grabbed it. Since it is Thursday, it is tradition. Just turn the key. I am sure it's that simple. Yes. All right. Pre-flight. Engine removed. What? I guess I should remove the engine. All right, we're off to a good start. How do I remove the engine from the jet? Which one? The left one or the right one? Or remove engine. All right, check. That's done, I guess. GPU as required. I assume that's under here. Tanks. We under config. GPU. All right, connected. What's up, Sierra? Lear time, baby. Yeah, I feel out of my... I missed one stream and now I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, GPU as required, baggage secured. So I did go into this section and just clicked a bunch of random stuff here. I turned on pilot, co-pilot. Well, this is a 1-star plane. Can't see the co-pilot. Where's the dog? Instant 1-star. No dog. All right, let's see if it's in here. Yeah, co-pilot is there. A couple passengers, some baggage. All right, no co-pilot, no likey the plane. No dog, fail. Can't recommend this plane. Sorry, sorry, Flysimware. The Chancellor was great, but you know, no dog means no purchase. Oh, this is quite the frame rate killer with the passengers too. All right, we got suitcase 2, 3, and 4. Let's get these static things off here. Engine cover. It probably meant to say engine cover over here in the checklist. I don't know. Baggage secured. Air damper as required. Cabin air damper? What? All right, front cover and pitot cover off. Chocks, I guess I'll keep them on. Let's check out the inside. All right, cabin. Oh, there's a separate cockpit door? Is there? Where? Oh, the cockpit door behind me. Oh, right. Cockpit door, brilliant. Cockpit door on or off. So if you don't want to see the passenger. Oh no, it's even animated. If you turn fast enough. Oh, you can click it too. Nice. A little handle hidden in here. Right. Oh. No. Oh, it's a button. Okay, little tiny button down here you can click. Do I stream Destiny on Twitch? I've been thinking about it, but I play with like real life friends who I don't want them to talk about personal stuff by accident, so I tend to not stream it just because multiplayer is a little weird, you know, but maybe if I'm playing solo, maybe I'll do it on Twitch or something. I don't know if my friends that play are are going to want to do the contest mode raid this weekend. So I might end up doing it with some randoms from the LFG Discord or something. I don't know. Still, I just finished the legendary campaign last night. I did the normal one first, and then last night I did some Fire Team Finder to finish off the legendary version. It's great though. What's up, Ninja? Backroad says key bindings are pretty helpful for autopilot. Yeah, I have all sorts of keys bound for autopilot stuff and for reverse thrust too. So this has reverse thrust then. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay, yeah. Thrust reverser switch works. Very cool. There are the flaps there. And I see fuel quantity, jet pumps. I got everything to learn, so this will take about 2 hours. Here we go. All right. Baggage secured, sure. Cabin air damper. This is where I hunt for every single button. I'm just going to look around briefly. I'm sure a lot of these things... Well, I don't even know if this has failures. I don't see anything in here about realism settings. The only thing I see is like the fuel save state. Yeah, there's just sounds. So I'm guessing this doesn't have any failure simulation on it. Got a wind display. Yeah, and then just configuration of doors and tables and lights and stuff. Cabin air on? Cabin air damper. I don't even know what a cabin air damper is. How would I? I've never had a plane that's had one. There are no flight sim checklists for this, by the way, so this definitely makes it more difficult for somebody new like me to fly a plane where they're unfamiliar with lots of things. So I wish it was almost a requirement that if you put something in the marketplace, it has checklists. But I think this is available only on PC for now. Xbox icon was not there for this one. So it looks like, yeah. PC only. I don't know if they plan on releasing it for Xbox. Okay, so cabin climate's over here. Lights are over here. Pressurization, cabin air on and off. This is set to auto, and yeah, we set our target cabin altitude there. Parking brake, jet pumps, standby pumps. Let me see if my pumps switch. No, pump switch does nothing. Nor do landing lights switch. Oh, you think it's the cabin air switch, TJ? That's the only thing I've seen so far that says cabin air. All right, we'll go with that. Sounds good to me. All right, emergency exit, secure and clear passengers briefs. Control locks stowed. I didn't even see control locks, so I don't know how we can not stow them. Belts, harnesses, parking brake set, flight controls check. Let's see if the parking brake... Okay, cool. The parking brake, shortcut... guys, come on. Am I asking too much to think that like the most basic shortcuts from the sim should work in almost every plane? Like parking brake on off should probably work in planes, especially those in the marketplace. Am I crazy? This is what happens when I turn my parking switch on. All right, looks like I can't use that switch. I'll just have to click. Is it because I have to hold the brakes? No. What? As soon as I click it, it turns it off. Oh no. Is it because of my... Because it's showing me before... This is pre-flight. Set the parking brake. Hydraulics. There shouldn't be anything on right now. Parking brake is in the pre-flight checklist, so we don't have any systems on. So why isn't... So hydraulic pump needs to be in the pre-flight checklist? Or you're saying I turned it on by accident? I don't have any switches on. So far not going well. Tied to the hydraulics. Then why is it in the pre-flight checklist? So if I get in the plane and the parking brake is unset, and then in the pre-flight checklist it says parking brake set, how do I set it? Yeah, I do. I don't think it's a hydraulic thing. I think it's the problem because they're not supporting the switches the way they should. So I'm gonna have to probably go in and unbind my normal parking brake switch. Let's see. So I have this set parking brake. I use it in every single plane. It's a default key binding as well. Actually, it's this one. No, toggle parking brake is the default. So I think I have to unbind this because I think what's happening is when I don't have this switch on now, it is causing the off position to be set over and over and over again. And yeah, I'm going to probably blame the developer. So let's see if I can click it now. Nope. Okay. All right, so I guess you can't set the parking brake if it's not set. All right, let me rebind that. So it's just telling us to verify the parking brake is set. But what if you got in and the parking brake was not set? What do we do? Okay, set parking brake. I'll rebind this. I guess it doesn't save the state, so I guess in theory, the parking brake should be set every time you get in the plane. But if it wasn't set, I don't know how you... And I can't set it with the hardware. It's probably the same issue. All right, so don't touch the parking brake. Parking brake, hope that it is set. And if it is not, you cannot set it. Check. Flight controls, check. Check my rudder pedals. Beautiful. All right, next checklist. This is weird that these are on-off switches, but okay, we'll go with it. Because I can't look at all of them at the same time, right? That's weird. Okay, on, off. But you can't turn it off. Okay, weird. All right, oxygen systems. These are just check. Circuit breakers in. They should be. Landing gear down. Haven't touched it. Emergency batteries check and on. It's probably all in the middle. Standby pumps. Okay, this is our check our fuel. Radios. Oh, pitch trim. Primary, secondary. Okay. Is this our pitch trim? Yeah, okay. That's our pitch trim up and down. And our rudder trim, I guess. Yep. So this doesn't set. It just pushes it left or right temporarily, then back to middle. And then we have our trims here. And yeah, I'm not going to see these move yet. Okay. Yaw damper. Engine. Power. Okay, so this is just our whole engine ignition and startup section, I guess. Cool. I feel like I'm going to have a Fokker experience here. I'm not going to touch the landing gear switch. Emergency batteries check and on. Oh, here they are. Found them. Where are the battery switches? Control 4. Oh, right here. Battery 1 and 2. It said backup battery. Or emergency battery check and on. And we have batteries checking on, GPU. So batteries check and on. I have the GPU connected and on already. I'm guessing there's not a separate GPU start. There's not. There's just one pre-start. Okay, so it's probably the wrong. This might be wrong, but I'm just going to turn the batteries on, even though the GPU is connected. Oh, I missed this. Fuel computer on. Does that say fuel computer? Fuel computer, pitch trim on primary, anti-skid on, jet pumps on. Let me turn these off first. And that stuff was in the middle. Where is it? Control 7. This is 7. This is 8. So this is on primary. I saw... It's probably not fuel computer. Maybe it is. We have a separate... Oh, it's right here. Guessing that doesn't stand for computer. Maybe it does. Emergency battery switch. Oh, under the autopilot switch. Let's see if it's on. Here's the autopilot section, right? So emergency battery switch is under the autopilot. Oh, your parking brake does work? Maybe it is once I get it started up. We'll see. Under the autopilot switch. Oh, like the... Oh, God. This is why, like, I already regret bringing this plane onto the stream, because generally, like, when I try a new plane, when I'm totally ignorant to how to use a plane like this, and it's... a bit more like classic, like not as automated, not having the checklist makes it extremely difficult to figure anything out. The in-sim checklist, like they're super helpful because you can hit a button and it'll bring you exactly to where those buttons are in the plane, so you can actually learn it easily. But in this case, they have 0 in-game checklists, which sucks. Sucks for learning. Okay, so here's emergency this autopilot switch. Okay, emergency battery, standby. All right, now fuel, I guess that stands for computer. On, pitch trim is on pri, anti-skid and jet pumps on. I think I saw jet pumps right here. Okay, they're on by default. Don't see anti-skid yet. It's just one of those things, like, until you find where it is, you don't know where it is. And once you find where it is, you know where it is. And then you're pretty good after that. I'm just going to skip things I can't find. I'm sure that'll go well. Well, jet pumps are on. Static source to both. Emergency pressure normal. This is going to be Fokker. This is like Fokker revisited. Just hope most of these things are in their normal position when you load in. If they're not, it's over. Okay, there's static source. Okay, both. All right, bleed air on, pilot's altimeter normal? Altimeter normal? All right, it's bleed air over here. Cold, hot, auto, bleed air, emergency. Okay, so it's on by default. All right. We're very much blazing through this checklist. Pilot's altimeter normal. Never too late to jump in the Vision Jet. Yeah, but that would take me less than 2 hours to get started. So where's the fun in that? Oh, okay. All right, where was I? Pilot's altimeter normal. Those words have never been in a combination together in my few years of simming. What do they mean, normal? Pilot altimeter, normal. There's a setting, an abnormal setting? There is no way there's a button called... Do they just mean to check that it's working? I don't know. It doesn't mean to set it, so... All right, skipping. Skipping. Okay, batteries checking on, GPU connecting on. All right, I'll put the batteries on now. Actually, let me check my switches as I tried to do. Hardware switches, master. Yep, master battery switch does nothing. They so far this plane has not been using any of my switches. These are like basic switches in the sim. No checklists. No dog in the co-pilot seat. 0 out of 5 so far. The things that they need to have like a system where if you have a plane in the marketplace, it uses the checklists and it uses the most basic shortcuts in the control section. I don't know why those aren't requirements for creating a plane. It's kind of crazy. Emergency lights. Okay. GPU of desire, that's on. Inverters checking on. Inverter is set. So this is off or primary, off or secondary. Assume I do both of them. See? Inverter, it says inverter is plural, so I'll turn them both on. Emergency lights, if install, we'll just skip it. System pressure, check hydraulic and emergency air pressure. We're getting a nice beeping tone here. So here's hydraulic pressure. It's at 0. And emergency air is in the green. System pressure check. Okay, parking brake set. Do not push handle downward. Well, again, we're not going to be able to set the parking brake because it just pulls it out. So I guess when you get in the plane, if you unset the parking brake, you cannot reset the brake until you get the plane started. Maybe. We'll find out. We still have the chocks on, so that's fine. Emergency brake handle. I'll just leave it on. Hydraulic pump off. It should be off. What? Why did that just happen? Hydraulic pump off. Annunciator lights test. We'll just skip that. The lights will always work, because I don't think there's any failures in this. Test all the warning systems. We'll skip that. Cabin altitude check. All right, finally check the flight plan here. Got SimBrief up already to Vegas, 35,000 feet. So we'll set that. Cabin altitude. Can go up to 65? What? Goes up to 65. The ceiling is 45 in this, I think. All right, cabin altitude check. Wait, did this move down? Hydraulic pump off. Okay, I skipped the warning systems. Standby, gyro, uncage, gyro erect. Standby gyro. It's not... Is it this side? What? Oh, right here, this little guy. There we go. Okay. I can see that. Pull to cage. You can't. Okay. It's in the checklist, but you can't uncage, so another... There's a lot of stuff in the checklist. It feels like that they could... I guess they're just trying to be realistic if these things were in operation, but some things aren't, so I guess you're just looking for realism. Left and right bleed air switches on. We checked those earlier. They're on. Cabin air off. Okay, we turned the cabin air on earlier. Cabin air off. Rate selector as desired. I'll just leave it at the default. It can't be changed, I guess. I'm clicking and dragging, nothing. I'm clicking, nothing. I'm using my mouse wheel, nothing. Is that because this is... No? Is it because it's an auto? Can't change it to manual. What? There's so many things that don't work. Why is this highlighting if I can't... I can't click it, I can't click and drag it, and I can't use my mouse wheel on it. Or this. Okay, I guess it's stuck in auto, but I assume maybe the cabin rate... I don't know, neither one of these work. This is kind of painful so far, honestly. There's so many things that don't work. How long was this in pre-release? Okay, auto manual switch as desired. Well, you can't change it, so... Cabin controller, cruise altitude, we did that. Rate selector as desired. Cabin temperature controls, I'll just leave them alone for now. Trim systems... We didn't touch any of those. Takeoff trim, all 3 axes, check. So we do have the takeoff trim. Okay, it's very nose down. These just aren't on yet, but I guess we're just checking for the sake of just looking around. Why does this keep opening itself? What is happening? Oh my god. Actually, I did try that, Sierra. I did try holding my brake. Setting the parking brake. I'm still holding my brake. Let go of my brake. Yeah, there's something is messed up. It doesn't seem to work with the arm brake. Backroad says it got a checklist from flightsim.to. Oh yeah, much easier to follow. I did get the original one, or the official one, and then I noticed that there was one in here, so I was like, well, this is the most convenient one to use. The one that's in the plane, but yeah, apparently it kind of is crappy. Well, it's saying to check our trim systems, but we can't do anything with the trim systems yet. Wait, is that working? Wait, it's moving. Oh, it is moving. There we go. I think I just didn't hold it long enough. Okay, we can set it to takeoff position. I'll just set it right in the middle around 6 degrees, I guess. Okay, there we go. I'm wrong. That does work. All right, yaw dampers and autopilot monitor check. Yaw dampers check. Does that mean engage? I don't know, so I'm going to skip it. Anything that says check, for the most part, I'll probably just skip. Fuel quantity, I already did add the fuel. Fuel counter is 0 and close the cross flow valve. And that is closed right here. And the quantity... Let's see, we're supposed to have 2860 block fuel according to SimBrief, 2860. And I did set that before, so there's total. Okay. Yeah, that looks like I have a little bit more than 3,000. That's fine. All right. Is there a shortcut to look at the tablet? Here's control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 7, 8, 9 is the autopilot, and those are all the shortcuts we get in the sim. Okay, none for the tablet. But I guess, like, outside of the checklist, you're probably not using it that much. All right, yaw dampers, check. So they're not up here. Maybe they're down here. CVR, steer lock, pitch trim, nose left and right. Radios, volume. Does my pitot heat button work? It does. So I think so far the only switch that has worked in the entire plane that I've tested is the pitot heat. All right, I see hydraulic pump there. Oh, there's the anti-skid. Okay, which was on. So most of this stuff I'm not gonna have to worry about. These things will. I don't think they're state saving for anything other than fuel. It looks like. Violent earthquake in Huntington Beach. Oh, I saw an alert for it, but I didn't feel anything. Oh, it says it was a 3.4. That's a sleep through the earthquake usually level. I guess it's hard to tell. Like the magnitude doesn't tell the whole story. That's for sure. It matters like the depth and stuff like that. The Lear is painful. No glass. I thought I got like 2 earthquake alerts today. I didn't feel anything where I am. 4.9 off Avalon. 3.4 in Newport. 3.4 doesn't sound bad. I feel like... I'm not sure what the biggest I've felt is. I don't know if I felt anything at or above 5, maybe. Oh, we sleep through them all the time. Usually, like Twitter and subreddits for the LA area will go off whenever there's an earthquake, and people are like, "Oh my god!" And there'll always be somebody that's like, "That was super intense," and people will be like, "What? That was," you know, people. They'll be like, "Oh, you must have just moved to California or something." What do you mean intense? We all slept through it. All right, yaw dampers. I don't know where the yaw dampers are. There's no yaw damper here, right? So I'm looking for yaw damper switches somewhere, but I did not find them. See landing lights, stall warning. Here, more lights, bleed air. Engine sync. This is all fuel and pumps. Oh, this is yaw damper right here. Power and... Okay. Okay, am I supposed to turn the yaw damper on now? Primary... I have no idea. All right, fuel panel. Oh yeah, fuel counter 0. We just checked the fuel. Why is that moving up without me touching it? This thing is so glitchy. Standby pumps check and off. Standy pumps. Make sure to get your standy pumps checked and off. Which I think they were here. They are off. If installed, I don't know. CVR test. We're not going to do that. Drag shoot handle. Okay, set bugs for takeoff data. Okay, so it looks like we have one bug we can set. Let me go use the awesome new takeoff data stuff. Takeoff performance, populate, calculate, VR 131. Okay, beautiful. Read chat. For what? Center pedestal. I already found the yaw damper. I'm good, I'm good. There is a delay too, so... And also if I read chat every 2 seconds, then probably never get through the checklist. All right, sweet. We're finally on to start. So of all of that, I'm trying to think. The only things I really needed to do was what? Get the batteries... I think that could be simplified to batteries and inverters on, set the cruise temperature, or the cabin altitude, and what? Set pitch trim. Right? Is that the only thing that wasn't in the default position already? Because I don't think it's going to do any state saving. So next time, basically click 3 or 4, or 5 switches maybe at the most. That seems to be about it. Okay. All right, fuel computers on. Those are already on. We checked those as well, right? 2 yaw dampers. Yeah. Reads chat every 2 seconds. Doesn't see my messages for 2 hours. You're wrong. Look. It just says yaw dampers check. It doesn't say yaw dampers on, so... Shouldn't the checklist tell me what to do? Check that they're on? Check that they're off. I don't know. I checked them. I assume we should see like yaw damper in the before takeoff checklist or the after takeoff checklist with an actual setting like on. Fuel computers on. We did that already. Air conditioner off. Aux heat. Didn't touch any of that. Batteries and inverters are on. We already did that. Parking brake set. No, we can't set it. Hydraulic pump off. Beacon light on. Thrust levers to cut off. So let's see. If it is it all the way down cut off, or is there a detent for cut off? Whoops, that's a go around button. Okay, it doesn't look like they can go any lower than this. So I don't see a cutoff detent or a cutoff, any text saying cutoff for the thrust levers. So I don't know if that's a thing. Okay, beacon light on. What are we in an hour yet? 40 minutes and we've hit about 4 switches. So this is just one of those things where like if there's no state saving, then by default you're just like, okay, there are like 6 switches to hit at the start instead of 2 checklists to read through. Batteries and inverters, yeah, parking brake, hydraulic pump off, beacon light on, thrust cut off, that doesn't exist. Engine start, ensure N1 rotation. Okay, if it GPU assisted start, turn the start generator switch off at idle. If battery start generator at idle. Start gen stays off when idling with a GPU assisted. I'll just turn the, should I turn the GPU off? Could mess with it. All right, so engine start. Where is the engine start? Right here. Here's gen and ignition. And it didn't say to turn the fuel pumps on, right? So do I just go ignition on? No, there's no way. Generator start. We leave the generator off. It just says engine start. Air igniter? Air ignition? Oh man, I'm out of my element. This doesn't have 3 buttons. Faster to drive to Vegas than to fly in this for sure. It's actually like just the same amount of time from LA to Vegas, like driving or flying with how long it takes at the airport, especially LAX. Might as well just drive. Armed. Okay, I need to make sure I don't hit these. Those are the only switches, right? Those are the starter switches, aren't they? These are all yaw damper, pitch trim. Are these the engine starters or are those other switches? This is why I should never, what I should do is before the stream, check to see if there's a checklist here. And if there's not, then don't fly the plane. Because holy crap, it's impossible to learn a plane without like a visual manual. Like, and like how else are you going to, it doesn't say, like I assume it's this, but it didn't say to turn this on yet. Is this ignition left and right? Air ignition? What? Just says engine start. So what is it? This? It's not that. Is it this? It's not that. I had this on, nothing happened. Generator, it says to leave off. If GPU assisted start, off. Check volt and ammeter. Spoilers, check flaps. Jet pumps on? Yeah, jet pumps are on right here. That was in the checklist. That was in the checklist before. Wait, is it in the off position? It had me put this at on. Both of them went to on and they are on. So I need to turn it from on to jet. Is this not off? I'm so confused. These switches are up. Move the gen switch to start. What's up, Bandit? It says to leave the gen switch off. Start gen switch if GPU assisted off at idle. So it's missing more things from the checklist, right? So it should say generator start and then after start off when idle or gen. So it doesn't say Doesn't say. Control E. Generator switch down. Yeah, but it doesn't say that, right? Am I missing something? Engine start. So then it says the start gen switch, GPU assist, which is what we're doing, off at idle. So it should say gen start. All right, that's not, it should literally say like engine 1 or left engine start. All right, it's very confusing. This checklist is horrible. Okay, temperature is rising. Okay, so it says turn it off at idle. Like it doesn't even, like how is anybody gonna figure this out? If it does, it literally doesn't say to start the generator. This is after, at idle, turn it off. Do they think that this means start gen switch : means hit the start generator switch? Because it definitely doesn't mean that in English. This is, yeah. So far, 1 out of 5 rating. Maybe once I start flying it, it's super fun. All right, so now I should be able to turn this off, right? It says start. It says off at idle. Okay, cool. It didn't actually say to turn this on right here, right? So should I leave this off? Okay, so if I don't turn whatever air ignition right is, I'll just turn this to start. See if it starts. Plane requires a guide. I mean, definitely. Maybe I expect more out of checklists, but I expect it to literally tell me what switch to hit. You think like switching the gen to start, which is how you get the engine started, would be explicitly shown in the checklist. And it doesn't say that. It just says engine start. So shouldn't it say L gen start? And then blah, blah, blah. And then say maybe repeat for R gen, repeat for right engine, something like that. The crappy checklist. Got the door open still. All right, so again, we've been through what, 3 checklists, and basically we had to. I mean, the startup procedure is not that bad if you're just starting it, assuming everything is in the right position. Missed the dog, I know. That's why they get a 1 out of 5 stars. And for just like simple switches not working, I mean, maybe it's something you have to know about the parking brake. Yeah, parking brake works now once the engines are on, so that's fine. Hydraulic pump is still off. But yeah. Gen start when turbine speed's above 13. Flick your throttle lever forward. I can't make the throttle lever go below where it's at. These have been in the same position the whole time, and I can't. Normally you can pull them down if there's another detent, like a cutoff, which it said there's a cutoff, but I can't pull them down any further. Oh, there it is. That's why. Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, that's a little, all right, a little confusing, because this doesn't, like this release right here, the lock doesn't highlight on its own. It looks like I'm just clicking the whole throttle. See? The handle goes separately, so when I pull it here, but yeah, clicking this whole, okay. So for some reason, the lock is highlighted, or the entire thing highlights, so I didn't think it was separately clickable. Okay. So there is a cutoff position. All right, and we did GPU assist, so it says off. Why does it keep opening? Oh my god, this thing is so annoying. Oh, good fact of the day. Whew, could take a breather.
Raccoon, fact of the day. The word raccoon is derived from the Powhatan word araucan, which means animal that scratches with its hands.
Araucan? Is that true? That's a great fact of the day. Thanks, Raccoon. Thanks for the super chat and the Raccoon fact of the day. Having flashbacks of Flight Sim X watching you. I don't know. I just, I don't know. Maybe my expectations are too high, but like these are the things that are confusing me as a newbie who never flies these kind of planes too. Is like, all right, I want to learn this plane. Well, I've downloaded from the marketplace. Are there any checklists? that'll assist me in starting the plane? No, there aren't. Do my switches work? Well, it may be user error. Like, I recognize that for the parking brake. Like, you can't set or unset the parking brake when it's when the engines aren't started, so that's fine. But yeah, they're just things that are confusing the crap out of me. Like even how the checklist is worded should say, like it should say something like left gen start, but it doesn't. It just says, it tells you what to do after it's started, it's just weird. Oh my God, this is so annoying. Oh my God. I every time my mouse, if you just move your mouse past this, you don't have to click select checklist. Just as your mouse moves past it. Oh, it's not doing it now. Where is it, in the middle? Okay. Somehow I triggered it 20 times, but I'm not triggering it when I try to trigger it. Anyway, it pops it open. And then now it's just open and in the way, so I have to go in and move around. There we go. Anyway, that's happened like 5 times already. This is so painful. Okay. All right, so we started it. We did the GPU assisted. So this generator switches are still off. Voltmeter, all right, ammeter, flaps 20 or 8 degrees. And then down here, it's going to say, okay, if GPU assisted, disconnect the GPU and then turn the start gen switches to gen. So in between there and now we can do, we're just going to assume this stuff is working fine. Spoilers. I did notice the spoiler switch in this is this little tiny switch here, which is interesting. And I do have an axis set to it. So it's not even an on-off switch. It's actually like a... Oh. Wait, it is an on-off switch. Okay. So it's not... It's just all on or all off? Oh, no. It does respond to the axis. So I can set these in between the two positions, but I'm not sure it's meant to do... I'm not sure it's meant to be able to do that, but I can stop it along the axis. Okay. Interesting. I have a feeling that isn't the intention. All right, flaps 20 or 8. So let me check the takeoff. Takeoff performance on SimBrief says to use flap 8. So I'll just use that. And flaps are here. So we have 0, 8, 20, and 40. All right, 8 is set. Hydraulic pressure check, that is up here. Yeah, right here, whoops. All right, so that's good. It was 0 last time we checked. Emergency air is in the green. Other engine, optional start. Okay, so I guess you can taxi on one engine. Return to and complete before starting engine. Return to and complete the before starting engine checklist. There is none. Oh, it's pre-start, I guess. Okay. So that means the pre-start checklist. Just use the same words, man. Other engine optional start. Okay, if GPU assisted starts, so now we can disconnect GPU and then turn the generators on. Wait, why is the GPU off? Did I click that off? I do not remember clicking that off. But the plane is engines are still on? Question mark? Nope, right engine is dead. Okay, let's try this again. Plane is far from perfect, but really enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, this is the hardest part. I'm just saying 1 out of 10 jokingly, you know, for reasons. Like, I'm trying to be brutally brutal with my feedback that I'm just yelling into the wind and at you guys about this, like trying to learn something like this as somebody that doesn't fly these kinds of planes ever. It's very painful. Checklist is kind of confusing. It doesn't even say like to not even say L gen start and then another one for engine 2, like now repeat for R gen or right engine. But it literally doesn't even say L gen. So you're like looking for the switch. It just says start the engine. Like, how? If it said L gen to start, I would have found it because I've seen these. But now I'm like second guessing. Are these ignitions? Are these ENG buttons down here part of it? Like, I have no idea. Okay, generator on now. So, yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean it's a bad plane. It just means it's hard for a noob like me to learn. Somebody that doesn't fly jets, really. But I've been having so much fun with, like, flying the CJ4 again. That plane is dead simple to start. So this is much different, of course. It's not as technologically advanced, not as simplified. I mean, it's still pretty simple, but, you know. Okay, generators are on, battery charging. All right, we'll just assume all that is fine so we can actually move around. All right, avionics set, radar standby, circuit breakers in. Are the circuit breakers even modeled? They're not. None of them work. Okay, so we're definitely not going for like a... this plane is definitely not competing with things like a Comanche or a Phoenix or, you know, even the Tomahawk, let's say, or the Meridian. So it's in the normal league of plane ratings, like with Caranados and stuff like that. 1 hour into stream and I'm on the ground. Yep, that's how it works. And that's not abnormal anyway, even with a plane that I know, because I'll be just sitting there talking to ATC. Okay, avionics set. So this isn't even on yet. So it says avionics set, but I'm guessing it means that I need to turn on the avionics. I assume there's an avionics master switch somewhere and that we don't just hit power. We have a weather radar on board. Okay, so battery switches were down here. Generator switches are here. Fuel computer is on. Where are the avionics switches? It's not these, right? I have no idea what these are. I'm just hitting them for fun. Probably not. Hydraulic pump is still off. Maybe that's something we just use for takeoff. I guess for takeoff, just to get our gear up, I would assume. Where the avionics master switch, GPS nav is green. All right, scanning around we go again. Autopilot on off, radio altimeter on off. Oh, avionics mastered right here. Brilliant. All right, database. Oh, I forget. Do we have SimBrief import in this? Haven't used the TDS all that much.
System test okay.
Home, flight plan, import. It's under catalog. Still not used to the TDS. Like this, in the PMS version, you just hit utilities and then you just hit import. Or there's like there's a big SimBrief button. Trip planning. Does this not have SimBrief? I think it does. Backlight, setup, charts. It's not like a hidden button somewhere, right? Charts menu, negative. Jewel says I've been having a blast with this plane. Nice. I hope to soon, now that I know how to get it started. The checklists are kind of a pain. Where is SimBrief import? It's so easy in the PMS version. Please. Do I just have to do it manually? No. I don't think it's in here. Map setup. Where? All right, I could have put it in by myself at this time, so I don't think TDS has a SimBrief import. All right, flight plan, we're just going to do it manually. Long Beach to Vegas. Let me go back to the plan. View flight plan. Back we go. What's up, Delta? Are you tempted to make your own checklist? Yeah. Yeah, there's basically like 6 switches or something to hit. It was pretty easy. It's like batteries on, what was it? Batteries on, inverters on, and then start the engines, and then set the cruise altitude. Everything else is in the position you already need it in. It said to check yaw dampers. Maybe they're supposed to be on, or maybe I don't turn them on until we take off. Okay, add waypoint. We're just going to Las Vegas. And the route is direct to Meissen and then the Rounders 2. Procedure, arrival, Rounders 2. Rounders 2. Via Meissen. Yep, that is good. And then we're expecting 26 left. What? 26B? The what? Catalog menu import? Oh, you have to pre-download it. Okay, yeah. I'm never doing that. What is runway 26 Bravo? Oh, both or either runway. Oh, no way. I've never seen that. Okay. These are the cool changes that are like, oh, I guess the bonus of using the TDS version is I've never seen 26B ever in any avionics. Like even the PMS 50 version of this. So that's, I guess, like a plus for it using the actual trainer is it's more realistic. So I'm seeing things I've never seen. Cool. Thanks, Jewel. All right, Long Beach to Meissen. Let me set the runway. See, this is so weird. Like, set runway for departure is like totally a thing in the PMS version, but it's not in the TDS version, right? Can I select a runway? Like, just to view it here. Yeah, so I don't think that's a thing either. All right, let me get this in Navigraph real quick. All right, import from SimBrief to Vegas. Long Beach to Vegas. 26 left is what we're expecting. All right, I'm just going to skip using ATC for now. For my first flight being lost in everything. I do have say intentions on in the background. So we'll just tune into... maybe I should use it. Let's tune into ground. Proc button doesn't let you set a runway for departure. Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's true. I don't have an actual departure procedure, but yeah, maybe we can just set a runway. No. Yeah, you can only do it if you select an actual SID, some sort of departure procedure. Yeah, and I don't think you can set it in the flight plan either. Wait, up here? No. Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, I think in the PMS version, you can go here and then say select runway. Just to get the pointer in the right spot on the map, but I guess that's fine. And let's clean this up a bit. I'll just go least and turn the terrain off. It's... all right, traffic. Go high airways. What's up, M Aviation? If you're not at a departure, you don't really need a runway selection. I do it just... I've done it before just as like a... to get the pointer, GPS pointer at the runway threshold is kind of nice, but then if you do end up adding a procedure for some reason after the fact, it'll be like pre-selected, but yeah. Okay, circuit breakers, we don't have to worry about them. I'll leave the radar off. Coffee oven, if installed as desired. Okay, now we're getting into the real features. There we go, let's get all the windows open. For some reason, these passengers have all the windows closed. You can bring this out. I don't think you can't click the TV, but the table comes out. No, I don't think there's any coffee on there, though. All right, I'm gonna open all the windows. What else is clickable here? All right, you got your own table. And now we can not look at these people. There we go. Ah, that's ideal. Okay, fuel control governor. I don't know. A windshield. Lights on as required. Anti-skid on and lights out. Passenger briefing, blah, blah. Parking brake release. Okay. Let's see if any of my light switches work. I just turned on taxi light. Is there a taxi light? Assume it's over here. No, this is just pedo. Okay, I'm hearing no switches turn on. There are landing lights. Okay, landing lights on. Oh, taxi. Okay, it's a 3-position switch. Taxi and landing right here. I do have a switch that does that. It is doing nothing. I have a 3-way switch just for that. Also doesn't work. Yikes. Let's try the nav switch. Okay, nav works. Strobe works. Incredible. Okay, so far, no light switches work except for nav and strobe. It'd be nice if the taxi and landing light switches worked. Now I'm really curious about the autopilot, if any of my autopilot bindings are going to work in this thing. Pedo heat. Okay, I can turn pedo heat. Is that like stall vane heat warnings there? Is that separate? NAC heat, is that it? Nope. All right, we got windshield heat, static source on both. L stall. Is that anti-ice? I don't think it is. Marker beacon. Okay, I guess I can leave pedo heat off for now. All right, we're not going to use ATC. It's going to take way too long. I mean, this is already we hit an hour and 7 minutes already. But we have our flap set. I think my nose wheel steering is maybe not working. It seems like it's locked, maybe. Is there a separate nose wheel steering? Cabin air on? It didn't say to set that on. And I think it was down here, right? Pitch trim, steer lock, maybe? Nose left, nose right. I assume that's rudder, or that's rudder trim, nose down, nose up. Maybe it's just I'm not moving far enough, fast enough. Cabin air on. Not according to the checklist. Oh, here it is, cabin air on. Taxi and before take. Oh my god, this thing is so annoying. The developers, did they even use this? Look, every time I move my mouse, okay, half the time I move my mouse over this area, it just opens the checklist selector. It's crazy. Steer lock. Oh, the steer lock should be it. I'll hit it again. I wish it was like an on-off switch. I am full to the right. Does it turn better than this, or let me try the button again. Clicked it again. Is it controlled by hydraulics? I mean, hydraulic pump is off. Let me double check. All right, brakes and steering check. Well, steering doesn't really work. Fuel panel checked and balanced. Flight controls check. Flight instruments, takeoff data. We did set our rotation speed 131. Nav equipment set. We'll just do that later. Flaps are at 8. Trims set. Primary is on. Pressurization set. Cabin air on. I guess I'll turn it on over here. We did set the altitude. Anti-ice checked in as required. I'll just turn on pitot heat so I don't forget. Cabin air, cabin temperature controls, pressurization set. Huh. Green steer lock should show up on the annunciator panel. Mine isn't. Oh, do I have the parking brake on still? Oh yeah, that's gonna do it. Okay, wait, maybe now I can do it. Well, I just set the parking brake when I stopped, but Oh, there it is. Wait, was I moving? Hold on, let me test something. If I put the parking brake on. Okay, no, I did have the parking brake off because we're not moving at all with the parking brake on. But we do have it green up there now. That's kind of weird. Okay. Yep. Okay, it's working great now. Beautiful. Okay, cool. All right, runway. What were we expecting? 26 left. We're gonna turn to the right. 26 left. It is just at Fox 1 right over here. Okay. Yeah, I wonder why it didn't work the first few presses. Maybe when I had the parking brake on, I was trying to turn it on, and that didn't work. And then I turned the parking brake off and held the brakes manually, and then hit the steer lock button, and then it engaged. That's probably it. Let me test that theory. So if I stop, hit the steer lock, parking brake is on. It just says steer on, so maybe I can't turn it off now? Okay, yeah, I guess once it's on, it can't go off. Oh, man. I want to like this plane. I just, the checklists have been painful. All right, parking brake up. Okay, that's runway lineup. Parking brake up? What do you mean up? You mean off? What? Am I crazy? Is this the one of the worst checklists ever? Parking brake up? Parking brake on? Parking brake off? Which one does it mean? Up. The switch doesn't even go up or down. It goes in and out. What is going on? Am I crazy? Am I being unreasonable here? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Transponder. All right. Altitude reporting mode. Use the checklist once and never again. I was excited that the checklist was on the tablet. Like, I love it when the checklists are on the tablet. They're usually abbreviated really nicely. I mean, I gotta say, though, this thing is the best looking business jet ever because of the tip tanks, right? Like, that's all you need to make a plane look good is tip tanks. It looks so good. I feel so stupid reading the checklist. I mean, maybe that's good. Maybe I should feel dumb since I don't know how to fly a jet. You know, I can fly the CJ4 just fine. Like, CJ4 is cake compared to this. I mean, this is not difficult. It's just getting familiar with the with where everything is a challenge for sure. Transponder engaged. Thrust reversers up. I don't know what up means. Thrust reversers up. Does it mean off? It must mean off, but the word up is very weird. I guess in this case, maybe it counts. Like the thrust reversers. I don't know. Is this up? I assume they should be off, which would be in this position right here. Oh my god, it changed my checklist again. Or wait. Oh no, it did. It just brought that thing out. Okay. Oh man, ignition off. Was ignition ever on? Like, it never told me to turn these on. I assume these are ignition left and right. But it never told me to turn those on during all the checklists, so... Pitot heat up? Why does it say up? Oh my god. Oh, how about on? On. Lights, strobe recognition landing. Okay. Strobe. This is crazy. Recognition, strobe, nav, and beacon, and I didn't have taxi lights on, but we'll turn our landing lights on right here. Annunciation panel out. It's not out because we have 2 stall warnings. Oh, it's right here. Stall warning. Ah, found them. Okay, cool. Oh, it says stall warning check right there. Okay. Shouldn't it say stall warning enabled or engaged or on or something? It just says check. Like, it should say on. Like, tell me what to do, dude. Tell me what to do. Especially if I'm not making a decision. I just turn them on. Landing gear, positive rate, yaw damper as required. Thrust reversers checked. Again, okay, flaps. Flaps what? Up? Flaps up, maybe? Ignition what? Okay, I assume that we're supposed to turn on this air ignition left and right for takeoff and turn it off once we get up in the air. This is crazy. Pressure. Why would we set the pressurization after takeoff to 2992? No. We wait for transition. Landing and taxi lights off. Okay, maybe at 10,000. Yeah, maybe lower. Hydraulic pressure check. So still, hydraulic pump has been off this whole time. Is that normal? We're doomed. We're doomed following this checklist. Copy pasted to the 2D cockpit from Flight Sim X. Cockpit isn't even to stale. Definitely not a plane I would buy. After takeoff checklist. Yes. Yeah, I'm reading after takeoff, but so I'm prepared, but like pressurization, yeah, you don't set that after takeoff, you set it at transition altitude. Maybe even same with landing lights. But it doesn't say what to do with flaps or ignition after takeoff, so I'm assuming it's flaps up, but there's no reference speed or anything. Ignition, I assume off. So I'm looking at it because I'm like, well, maybe ignition is supposed to be on. I don't know, it didn't tell me to turn these on, but I think they should be on. And then hydraulic pressure check, but there's nothing, they never told me to turn hydraulic pump on, so I also assume that that should stay off. I don't know, dude. All right, we're just gonna go full throttle and see how this goes. All right, we're not getting any warnings yet. I didn't set the autopilot or anything, so this will be fun. 100 knots, 120, time check, 131. Flaps up. I assume I start reducing our throttle now that we're already at over 1,000 feet. Trimming the nose down. All right, let's get ignition off, if that's what those really are. Pull the throttle back a little. I'll just pull it back to like the top of the green arc. No, I didn't set my course or anything. We're just flying here. 240 knots. I mean, this thing looks incredible. Not going to complain about how it looks. All right, let me hit Autopilot Master. Autopilot Master switch down here. Okay, now can I hit Autopilot on? Oh, you know what? I bet I needed that on the ground. Okay, engaged. I'm gonna... Oh, that's cool. It has a digital heading readout there. All right, heading mode and speed mode set. So I assume it's a speed hold. Yeah, I'm not sure if we can set an actual indicated airspeed, but it's probably an IAS hold. Okay, nav mode armed. I didn't set my course, but it's fine. 036. Oh, nice. I love that there's an actual digital readout or like a instead of looking at the needles, this might be analog. I don't know. This is digital. The heading is digital. Anyway, you can see the exact course and heading you've set, so that's super nice. I love that. Especially for the flight sim. I don't know. I guess in real life, it's probably really hard too. Like, do these things click 1 degree at a time? I'm guessing they don't. They're probably like smooth, right? So it's nice to be able to accurately set it. All right, 250 knots, and I didn't set a target altitude to climb to, and I'm not sure if there is one. Okay, here's altitude. Oh, here's altitude select. Oh, there we go. Hundreds. Can I right click for 1,000? Oh, nice. Okay, cool. It's right there. All right, let's go up to 45,000. Actually, what was our cruise? Cruise is 35,000. This is nice. Okay, altitude selections here. You right click to switch between hundreds and thousands. That's pretty cool. It's all integrated into the altimeter. I like that. Pretty sweet. All right, we're crossing 10,000 feet. Okay, this is awesome so far. This is great. This stuff is pretty, this is pretty intuitive. I mean, I found that it selected altitude pretty quickly. Can we right click for standard? No, not on the baro. Okay, we just set the baro manually. Now, let me check if I pitch trim up and down during IAS hold. Can I change my speed? No, okay, it just held there. So do we have a way to modify that? Is there like a... Can we trim up and down somehow, I'm wondering? We have half bank, back course, level mode. I don't know what SFT is. This is engage. It's like soft turn. It's a soft handling or something like that. I guess it's like soft, like a passenger comfort kind of thing. Kind of like half bank. Or it might be, is that damp? It might be maybe yaw damper stuff. You can turn it on down here, I guess. No, I guess they're probably separate. It's like a soft ride kind of thing, probably. Vertical speed, glide slope. Okay, there's arm capture and final. Altitude select. Now, is that on? We're still climbing and I have it set for 35,000, so I think I might need to hit this. Okay, it's armed. Okay, so we have to manually arm our altitude selection mode so it'll capture once we get up there. Which is actually great because, like with the Garmin's, for example, if you start a climb and you forget to set your selected altitude like I did, as soon as you're like moving the selected altitude past your current altitude, it'll capture it. So in this case, we do manually turn on altitude select, so that's rad. I actually prefer that. That's nice. Oh, I just read that, Bandit. Yeah, make sure you select alt select on the autopilot. I swear I didn't read that first. That's a really cool feature. I also noticed if you click the pen, it'll hide and show the yokes, so you don't have to go down here and click. So that's also a nice convenience thing for the sim. You just point up here to get rid of it. It's pretty sweet. All right, is our pressurization working? What is it, control 6? Yep, it's still going up. And we set it at 35. Cabin air is on. I didn't set the climate, it's just on auto, but we have some settings here. I don't know if we have... Oh yeah, right here is this cabin temperature. Temperature control. Okay. All right, turning to... Oh, we're not turning onto course, are we? Oh yeah, we are. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, to Maizen, flight level 240. So that's part of the arrival then. So we might just need to start descending pretty quickly. It's whatever. The procedures are secondary. I don't really care. I just want to fly the thing around. Yeah, Maizen's flight level 240. All right, this is pretty cool. Jeremy says you can set your desired speed on the speed indicator gauge. Isn't this just a bug for... I think this is just a bug for reference, this one, if that's what you mean, Jeremy. I had just set this speed bug for our rotation speed. I think it is just IAS hold, so if I wanted... I think if I want to get... Oh, thrust reversers armed and test. Okay. So I didn't mess with the thrust reversers before takeoff, but... Okay, there's 18,000. I'm gonna hit B for standard altimeter. I assume if I do want to get a slower speed for the climb, I'm gonna need to switch to vertical speed mode up here. Now, I don't know if there's a button to set our target vertical speed or not. Like we have the VSI, but there are no buttons on it. And I don't see like an up down up here. So I could try the nose up, nose down. And see if that affects our vertical speed. So if I nose up with the pitch trim, I'm just using my shortcut. No, not changing there. Hold the speed. You have the arrow on when climbing. Oh, will it? Oh, we're freezing. Oh, we're good. That was a short freeze. It'll use this bug right here for your climb speed? Really? Okay. I'll try it out next time, I guess. My assumption was this is just a visual speed bug you set. Oh, it's on the yoke? Nose down. Let me see here. Nose down. No, not there. So we have nose down. Oh, Mrs. T5, thanks for the 3 months. Wait, did you just upgrade to a better stool? I'm not sure. I think the 3 month is an upgrade. Thanks, Mrs. T5. Yeah, I'm not sure. This is nose up and down. Oh, is that working? Oh, that is working. You're right. Okay, if I point at this and I use my mouse wheel, it's changing our climb rate. We're just looking at the VSI. I don't think there's anywhere else it shows what our climb rate is, like a digital target setting or anything. All right, now that we're at 250, or I'll nose up till we get like 240, and then I'll hit IAS. All right, so now if I hit speed right here. Okay, so now it's capturing IAS again. Okay, nice. So wait, let me check if we can use this for IAS then. I mean, it's nosing it down, but our speed isn't changing. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, this works for IAS too. All right, nice. So when you're in IAS or vertical speed mode, you can point at the nose down here. And you can use this to change your selected IAS speed if you're in IAS mode, or your vertical speed if you're in vertical speed mode. Let me try my shortcut on my throttle now to see if it also uses those shortcuts. Okay, so I'm changing to IAS and then moving it up and down with my shortcuts. Not sure it's using that one. Let me hit vertical speed button. Okay, vertical speed mode is on, and let me use my shortcut for vertical speed mode. These are just straight up Microsoft Flight Sim shortcuts. No, I don't think those are working either. I'm turning it a lot and nothing is changing, so. Okay, it looks like, not really surprisingly, those shortcuts also don't work in this plane. So you can change, yeah, vertical speed and target IAS by using this. So I guess this is the only way to do it. You have to point here, and then I'm just using my mouse wheel up and down. And that's flicking it up and down. Okay, so I'm going to go back to IAS, and then just nose it up a bit. All right, we're at 2,000 feet a minute. All right, 25,000 feet. I'm probably not taking advantage of how fast this thing can climb. And I don't know the limitations on the power. I've had it pulled back since we took off, so it's down quite a bit from where it could be, I guess. So I'll have to look up, yeah, what our maximum temps and stuff are. I think the interior of this thing is probably the coolest. Like, compared to, like, the CJ4, you can't even go in the back of it. I think one of you guys last time I was in the CJ4 said that also in the longitude, you can't even move back into the cabin in the longitude either. Is this like the first business jet in Microsoft Flight Sim you can actually get in the back? Maybe the Phenom or something. Those are like a bit smaller though. I set a few camera presets already. I guess I could turn off the passengers, but Jewel says you have to pitch up and down, and then the modes hold it. It looks like you can change it with this though. If you're in IAS, oh, is IAS mode off? What the heck? If you're in IAS or vertical speed mode, this will change either your target airspeed or your target rate of climb. It seems to be working. See, as I move my mouse, you can even just see the plane pitching down to increase airspeed. Since I'm in, oh no, wait, IAS mode turned off, didn't it? Oh, is it reverting to pitch? It's probably reverting to a pitch pitch hold mode. That's what's happening. Okay, so it's not, you can't use it in IS mode. I take it back. Now, how about vertical speed mode? No, you can't. Oh, you're right. Okay, so I am wrong. It doesn't... Okay, so this nose up and down doesn't set your target airspeed through flight level change or IAS mode, and it doesn't set your vertical speed through vertical speed mode. It is just reverting back to pitch hold mode because the lights up here on the autopilot are turning off. So if I hit IAS, it is holding our current IAS now, but as soon as I use this, IAS extinguishes. So now it's just in pitch hold mode. If I hit vertical speed, it's also just holding our vertical speed. And as soon as I change this, it turns off. So yeah, so you can't set a target IAS or vertical speed mode maybe, but there is this little, I don't know what the M is. Is that Mach? What's IAS or M speed? Sim is frozen again. Good stuff. Enon says Mustang jet, walk in the back. Yeah. Basic old school autopilot. I'm fine with that. It doesn't bug me if it has an old school autopilot at all. Like, it's cool. That's part of the challenge after flying glass cockpit for so long. So there is this other mode. There's an M in there. Is that just, no, I mean, we should be using Mach for our speed reference. So I don't know what the M means here, but anyway, you can just hold IAS or hold vertical speed. All right, 33,000. We're almost up to 35,000. And we're going to have to start descending pretty soon anyway. And vertical speed required is already in there based on our arrival. So top of descent's coming up. Top of descent, 1 minute and 42. I mean, we're still climbing, so. All right, that was 1,000 to go beep. The M does stand for Mach? Okay. I wonder if it ever turns on or anything. Like, I can't change the mode when I hit it. It just shows IAS. Well, we're already at 34,000 feet, wouldn't it? I'd assume it'd be using Mach by now. Anyway.
Vertical track.
Just fine. All right, top of descent in 1 minute. All right, so we're coming up to Meisen already, and then we have whatever at flight level 190. I'm guessing we don't have a... Yeah, we're not going to have VNAV in this, which is fine. So we'll want to get down to Meisen 240 and then 190, at or above 190 at whatever. So we'll cross Meisen at 240. All right, so thousands. This is pretty cool. So you right-click to turn it between hundreds and thousands right here. It's weird that it keeps flicking standby. Oh, if you hold it, it says standby. Huh. Yeah, you right-click to change between hundreds and thousands. All right, so we'll go down to flight level 240. And now I guess I'll just use... Oh yeah, is that working? Oh no, we have altitude, hold on. Okay, yeah, so I need the yoke, I guess, to start our descent. So I'll just pitch nose down and pull the throttle back. All right, and I think we need 2,500 feet per minute, according to the VNAV. Right around there. All right, I'll just hold our vertical speed and then watch our speed here. Does that click the trim? It must be the trim. I think I saw that in the settings here under sound. Yeah, disable trim clacker. So I hear it like click, 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 click here and there. Enon says I've flown this a good deal, but it's been probably 6 months. Yeah, to me this is brand new. This plane it was just released today on the marketplace. All right, 2,300 feet per minute is the target. Oh, required 2,570. So I pitch down maybe just a little bit more. All right, then vertical speed hold. I guess I'll check the checklist. Gonna be annoyed probably. Descent, windshield heat as required, cabin controller to field elevation. We're going to Vegas. What is the elevation there? 2,000? About 2,200? All right, anti-ice as required. We just have pitot heat on, altimeter, set barrel, cross check. We're still at standard. Let's check the METAR in Vegas. 2971. I'll just set this one at 2971 to remind me. All right, we're not over speeding. I can go a bit faster. All right, Meissen. Still on the way to Meissen. All right, then after Meissen, we're crossing Meissen at 240, and then whatever is at or above 190. Oh, I didn't do altitude capture again. There we go. So every time I change the mode, every time I leave an altitude, yeah, that's something I'm gonna forget for so many times. Never have had to arm it manually, except maybe in the, I think maybe the TBM 850, you have to do it manually. Is that right? If I recall correctly. God, the tip tanks. They're so pretty. I mean, is it wrong that I think I should learn the plane just so I can fly it, just because it has tip tanks? I wonder if flight effects works for this. I bet it's not compatible. Some effects are missing. Okay, so no contrails, but it has engine pollution. Looks like almost all of them work, just no... Oh, why is this off? Huh. I don't remember turning that off. Contrail user... It looks like maybe the contrails aren't supported. But the pollution is. Look at that. Beautiful pollution right there. Green and brown. Still needs work, but the flight model is solid. Nice. You should, bro. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, my frustrations are only, you know, like I try to go through each of the. I try to go through things like checklists because, like, I think those are really important to have in sim checklists because it's newbie friendly, and I'm a newbie in this plane, and for me to learn it and see where the buttons are, like, it takes forever to figure out where things are. And that's the beauty of the checklist, is not just showing the steps here, but how they integrate with the sim. And when you hit the little eyeball or use the assisted checklist, it moves exactly to where the button is and highlights it. It just makes learning it so easy. And I feel like that's really important. I mean, it's a simulator. Like, the point for a lot of people is to learn the plane they're flying, right? Like, sure, there's people that'll jump in and just fly around, whatever, start on the runway, give it full power, take off, whatever. Then there's the total opposite of that, which is people that, you know, are super hardcore and don't think you need a checklist in the sim at all because there's a real world checklist to use, you know, like that level of hardcore. But I think the best of both worlds is have a checklist that's, you know, represents it realistically enough, and maybe is phrased in a way where if something's like in-op or, you know, like check all circuit breakers, like, I like it when it's easy to follow and you're not unable to take action in almost every step because it's just a check. And then whenever they make it so you can, like, use the assisted checklist, like an evaluation mode, or hit the little eyeball to zoom in to see something, it's just so useful. It just makes learning planes so much nicer. And I wish that I wish plane developers were required to use the in-game checklist before they put a plane in the marketplace. Like it should have a higher standard than it does right now, in my opinion. Like what? Why did that just the checklist? Like, come on. You have to fly this plane 1 hour to see this bug. How is this a problem? Make this clickable. This should not be on hover. It should be on click. This is really annoying. Look what happens if I leave my mouse right here, right? The mouse is going to disappear. And I'm not even touching my mouse. I'm going to move with my camera. Oh, it just happened. It's not happening this time. I moved my camera and like the invisible mouse cursor triggered that. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, there's so many times when I've just triggered the checklist. Just make it clicked. Half core, yeah. Green energy coming out of the back. It does come with a manual. Yeah, I did download the manual like to my Dropbox so I can use it on my tablet. But then before I started the stream, I noticed there was the checklist built in here. So I was like, all right, I'm using these. And apparently that was a mistake. But I think it should be a requirement that developers have the checklist here and that the checklists work with the little eyeball icon to point out where the controls are, and that the auto-complete checklists work well enough to start the plane up. I think it should be a requirement. And it's not like a laziness thing either. Like, take for example, people take like accessibility, for example. Say somebody is using like assisted, they use devices to assist them in using the sim, right? Those kind of things are really, really important for somebody that might not be able to easily get through the checklist like you or I can. So it's not just about the convenience. It's maybe the difference between being able to fly a plane or not for some people. Whether it's being able to not access the controls or just not find them like I was unable to earlier. It's just like, yeah, how can we plug this thing in? There are batteries down here. Anyway, I think it's important, and I wish that it was a requirement for checklists, the in-sim checklist, to be not only there, but usable with the assistance options. How do we charge this thing? You always click the battery? No. This is the worst tablet ever if it ran out of batteries in like 25 minutes or an hour. Phone, mic. Oh, it's got headphones. So that's nice. How do we plug this thing in? Click above the clock. Oh, up here. Above the clock. Oh. No. Oh, what the heck? All right. What? What the? What? Come on. It makes no sense. What? I click up here, it turns the tablet off, and then when I hit the button, it's fully powered. I don't get it. I don't understand. Thanks, Drake. It worked, but not the way I expected it to work. What the? This thing is janky. The tablet is so janky. I haven't been paying attention to our altitude or anything, so I'm sure we're way off route. Yeah, we need to be down. All right, 12.5, 11, 9, and then 8. All right, I'm just going to bring us all the way down to 8 because I'm not paying attention. All right, 8, and then we'll do actually vertical speed off. We need to bring the yoke back in order to pitch down. What's our vertical speed required now? 2,500 again? All right, pitch trimming, or pitch hold down, basically, until we get to 2,500. There we go, and then hit vertical speed capture. And just watch our speed. Something I will say that is, it shouldn't be something I have to check that works, but if you hit glance left on your yoke, if you have a hat on your yoker stick, look at that, it actually looks left. Glance right, looks right. And if you hit up, it looks forward a little bit. So, good job on those. And then down does look down towards the instruments, and down again will go into the instrument camera presets. So, those things do work, so that's good. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't work though. None of the autopilot controls. Well, I'm not sure that the autopilot controls should work in this. because we actually aren't able to change vertical speed up and down or IAS. We're not able to set that, so that does make sense. Oh, yeah, I need to hit altitude select again, and then I'll hold my vertical speed. So I guess the autopilot's okay. So I take that back. Where is the radar altimeter? So I see on and off. Radio altimeter right here. Where is the radar altimeter? Okay, we have our speed limitations here. Wish your in real life electronics worked like that. Yeah, that would be nice. I left the landing lights on. Whoops. I never turn the hydraulic pump on once. The plane works fine. Surprised they don't have you look on and off instead of up and down. Yep. All right, we're going a little bit too fast. Man, I have to turn the yoke on every time to pitch up and down. It is a little weird. All right, well, I need 1,800 feet per minute now. I'm not following the full step downs, but let's see, our current one. We need to be at or above 12.5 by beauty. So I really should set this to 12.5. And we can set our altimeter now, 2971. All right, 2971 and 12.5. Altitude selected. Selection is or altitude select is armed. Selected altitude. Radar altimeter is only co-pilot. Oh, far. Oh, I see it. There we go. Nice. All right. Speaking of radar altimeter, I should probably set an approach here. All right, runway 26 left is still good. Let's go see if there's an ILS 26 left. ILS 26 left, Yankee, and I'll just load Zulu. Let's go back here and find one. Flights, approach, ILS Zulu. What did I say? 26, 26 left. 26 left. And Bourbon mandatory 8,000. Wait. Vectors. Wait, transition ILS 26 left Zulu. Oh, this is the Yankee. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to use Yankee. Bourbon. Okay. Load approach. Okay. All right, vectors. So we're left off on vectors, then Bourbon. I'm just gonna... Let's see here. Oh, Bourbon is already there. Bourbon, vectors, Bourbon. All right, so when we pass TOEFL, then we can activate the approach because it'll go to Bourbon. Bandit says you only use the hydraulic pump switch on the ground to boost pressure. To set the parking brake. Oh, there we go. That's how you set the parking brake. All right, 1,000 to go, 13.5, descending 12.5. We got our altimeter set to Vegas. 2,000 feet per minute. Let's see our current required rate of descent. 1,700 it says, so we need to keep going, I guess. What's our next altitude here? Okay, 11 at NV, 9 at Red Queen, and then 8 at Bourbon. We're just going to pretend we got cleared all the way down to 8. We'll just keep descending. All right, altitude selection is armed. And we got local altimeter. All right, approach and final. Circuit breakers in. We don't need to worry about that. Hydraulic and emergency air pressure check. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm probably never going to use this in-game checklist again. All right, landing data, N1 VREF. Let's see what... Yeah, I love that we have this in SimBrief now. So I'm going to go over SimBrief, landing performance, populate and calculate. VREF 122, VAP 127. And 8 knot headwind, 1 knot crosswind from the right. All right. All right, right turn 083. It's the first time that I've updated that since we started flying. All right, right turn, and then we're going to end up at Bourbon at 8,000 feet. Here comes 10,000. Landing lights are already on. And we're at 300 knots. Oops.
Vertical track.
We are speeding like crazy. Let's check the ILS frequency. 1115. 1117 is in. I'll just swap it. All right, 1115. Nice, Drake and Sierra both in the Lear. All right, we're going way too fast. I'm gonna bring it like almost to idle. I'm just going way too fast. All right, almost at 8,000 and almost at Red Queen, and then we're gonna be at Bourbon after that. It looks like it's connecting auto. It's already got them connected. Hopefully it doesn't try to do like a 360 or anything. All right, we need to get down to 3,800 by Relin. All right, 3,800. All right, we're at like 200 knots now. A little better. Fuel balanced. Who knows? Approach setup and briefing before landing. Spoilers retracted. 8 or 20 for landing. Landing gear down. We have a 40, right? Or this is for approach. Down 8 and then 20. Landing gear down. Taxi lights is required. Ignition on. Hydraulic pressure check. Flaps down and indicated. Thrust reversers. Disarm. Yaw damper off during the flare.
Vertical track.
All right, vertical speed required is 300 feet per minute. It's rising fast. It doesn't want us to... Oh yeah, Bourbon mandatory is 8,000, that's why. And we're not at Bourbon yet. So I'm breaking the law. I just want to make sure I get it set for the descent just because it's the first time using it, so. Alright, then final approach course is what? 259. So we're still in nav mode for now. Alright, so then we got half bank, we got glide slope over there. All right, manual sequence. So that just leaves us off on a vector. I'm just gonna go activate approach. Nice.
Vertical track.
All right, 6,000 feet. Max 200 knots. I had to go like almost idle. All right, here comes our long left turn. And DME's showing up. All right, DME 11.8 is Huxar, 7.2 is Relin. So we're at 12.5 right now. All right, what's our gear extension speed? Flaps 8 is 200. I assume it's probably like 200. Where's landing gear speed? All right, we're just gonna go with 200. Oh, it's VLE, right? Is it 260? Might be 260. Yeah, it's 260. Whoops. Yeah, VLE 260. Yeah, the dogs. All right, let's get the gear down. Get down to 200, and we'll switch over. I gotta put in final approach course. 259. VOR. Whoa. Okay, that happened automatically. All right, arming glide slope. We're at 4,400 though. All right, 200 knots, flaps 1. Huh, it auto switched over for me. I was like about to hit that and it just auto switched. So that's kind of nice. All right, glide slope is arm 2 dots above right here. Final approach course is set. Yep, glide slope is armed and we're in altitude hold because we had it at 3,800. So we're just waiting for glide slope to get intercepted. And it should at DME 7.2 at Relin. So 1.5 miles from now. We're too slow, almost 160. Let's see, approach V app was 127, VREF 122. This camera angle is pretty good. Actually zooms the camera in a bit more than I thought it would. Decent. And you can see all, I mean, you can see everything here, so that's nice. It's better than not having it. All right, we're about to intercept glide slope. Yeah, this will be the only flight tonight. It took me too long to get started, and I know another one's gonna take me like 2 hours. Plus, honestly, I got Destiny to play. This week is nuts with Destiny, and I'm doing all the Destiny. But yeah, I'm just gonna do one today. I might even miss Saturday. Saturday's stream because the new contest mode raid, it's like 48-hour challenge it's only active for. I might try to do that. It's been a long time since I've had a new raid in Destiny, so the Destiny hype is real right now. All right, vertical speed's good. Glide slope is captured. 4 red. All right, let's get down to... Oh, we can do flaps 20 already. Flaps 20. So just turn ignition on, it said. And we need to get down to 150 for full flaps, which we're at. So doing that and adding some power. Radar altimeter is alive at, what, 600 feet it looks like? I didn't even look at our minimums, 2269.
500.
All right, autopilot off, soft off. I have to go down here and hit yaw dampers. Yep, yaw damper shortcut does not work in this plane, kind of important. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was not smooth at all. Spoilers after the fact. You know, the thrust reversers weren't armed, so it's not even working, is it? There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay, yeah, I could definitely see getting into this plane. I mean, I'm the absolute worst Learjet pilot, but after getting through this checklist and how bad that checklist is, I know not to use it anymore, but at least I know where the main where most of the main buttons are and switches are, I guess, to get it going, so that's fine. Yeah, that's quite a bit painful, like it is learning any plane that doesn't have like the built-in checklists. Oh, let me stop here. A couple of you guys are coming in. And a lot of you guys have this. Oh, I missed Commodore's land. Wait, is Commodore in it? Wait. It says 35A, but it doesn't show him as a Learjet. Oh, maybe it did. Crisp is also in the Learjet. Yeah, the Learjet feels like so much work after flying the CJ4 so much, which is like you just hit like 2 buttons and it's good to go. It's got all the tech, but I kind of dig it. I think the checklist stuff is very frustrating, and that was a really super wobbly landing. What is going on? Oh, depth of field. Yeah, I have a ton to learn. That landing was not great. It got, I don't know if you, I assume I turn off the yaw damper on final, and it got quite shaky when I turned the yaw damper off. Like overall, I wish more of my switches and stuff to work. I wish they could make it, maybe they'll update it, but I wish I could use my like vertical speed up and down, or IAS up and down, just to do the pitch up and down, just so I don't have to keep hiding and showing the yoke and grabbing my mouse. Because the pitch trim, the nose up, nose down pitch trim doesn't let you do the same thing. Like, it's kind of a pain to have to, every single time, like say you're, oh, what is going on? We're getting blown around by the wind or something? It might be. It's just really annoying to have to go in here every time you want to make an altitude change. Click this, and then go down here, and then use this with your mouse. It would be really nice if we could somehow do up and down, nose up, nose down on this. But I think when I hit my buttons, let me try these buttons again. If I hit vertical speed. Okay, yeah, so vertical speed on and off works. IAS on and off works. Altitude hold. Yeah, that works. And heading mode works as well. Approach mode does arm the glide slope, so that's good. And nav mode works. So all my buttons work, all the mode buttons work. AP pitch can be bound. AP pitch hold ref. Oh. Can I set, I wonder if I can set that. AP pitch hold ref. Where should I set that? I don't want to set it where my trim up and down is. I wonder if I can set it on my throttle. Like if you guys have the Bravo, you'll know what I'm talking about, where you have a dial that selects between the different modes. Yeah, like here, like select altitude bug is one of them. Is there a select pitch? Because then I could use it the same way I use all my other controls. I bet there isn't. Let's see. I hope there is. Maybe this is it. Select AP pitch hold reference. For use with plus minus. Yes. Okay, this might actually work. Okay. So let's see which ones I'm using. I have... Okay, I have select VSI bug. select altitude bug, and then I have select flight level change. So I think the fourth one is probably not bound, this one. Okay. So I'll turn it, actually I'll turn it to the bottom one. I hate how this this thing works. You have to like turn it to the button you hit in order to clear it, but then, oh no. Okay, I'm gonna set it to 36. Okay, let's see if this works. So if I set the bottom position of this 5-position knob to select, maybe it's this. It says for use with plus minus, so I'm hoping this is right. Okay, so if I switch it to that position and then I use my plus minus button, this is not moving. All right, we're gonna test this real quick. I want to see if this is doable. I have to turn on nose wheel steering. There we go. I'm gonna go back over and take off again and test this real quick to see if increase, decrease. Yeah, I have. Oh, you mean you think I need to use like 2 buttons for it? I'll test this first, and then if it doesn't work, maybe I'm trying to think if I have a up, down. If I have 2 buttons to, maybe I guess I could use keyboard buttons. Worst case scenario. All right, let's get the pitch trim set and just take off again. All right, pitch trim is set for takeoff. Let's get flaps to 8. Not certain. Yeah, I'll try this one and see if it works with... Basically, I'm trying to make it work with how the Bravo autopilot section works. I'm using a Virpil mini throttle thing that I have. Control panel, whatever. Instead of the Bravo nowadays. But it basically is the same thing. Like I have an encoder knob I can turn left and right. And then I have a 5-way knob to switch what I want to change. So I'll change it to altitude, then roll the encoder. Change it to vertical speed, then roll the encoder, like plus or minus. So I want to see if this one works with pitch trim. If it does, that'd be really nice. And if it doesn't, then I'll just bind something to pitch trim ref up and down, increase, decrease. Because that would be a big time saver other than hiding and showing the yoke the whole time. But yeah, worst case, I'll just use a keyboard shortcut or something, like, I don't know, like page up, page down, something like that. Which I guess I think I have another hat, like a weird finger hat I can use. All right, a little quick autopilot test here. Perfect song for this plane, yeah. Not too bad. All right, let's get autopilot on, soft ride on. Just hold our current speed. Poor passengers are like, what's happening? Oh no. Okay, let me just get it up to, I guess, like 10. Actually, I can just test it right now. So I have it on, right? So if I move this, does it change my... it does not. Okay. Where could I set this? I think I might have... All right. Oh, man, I kind of use all of my buttons. I don't know that I... Okay, actually, I got this little mouse wheel thumb thing. Let me try this. See you later, Josh. Okay, do I have this set? Approach, autopilot approach hold. I don't think I meant to set it to that. Nav 1 hold. What? All right, that's weird. All right, I'm going to set these to pitch. All right, pitch. Autopilot pitch level, not leveler, increase pitch hold reference and decrease pitch hold reference. So increase, I assume, nose up. Oh, whoops. Okay, there we go. And then here, let's get rid of this one because that doesn't do what I think it does. Okay, so now I should be able to roll my thumb on this mouse wheel thing. No, that's not working. It's still in IAS mode. Or maybe I set the wrong thing. Huh. Increase AP pitch hold reference and decrease pitch hold reference. Maybe I need to set it to pitch mode. Oh my God. Maybe I need to set it to pitch hold mode before it'll work. That's weird though, because when I push it with my mouse, when I actually hit it on the rudder, it just works instantly. Do I have to do this select pitch hold reference first? Autopilot pitch leveler on. It won't disarm the mode like the yoke button. What? That's annoying. Shouldn't it be the same command? That's so weird. All right, let me put the select pitch hold reference then. So basically I have to get it to be in pitch hold mode. So if I push the button, nope, that's not doing it. What if I hit IAS? I'm just gonna hit IAS to turn it off. Okay, that's done. Yeah, now I can pitch down. Okay. Okay, that's fine too, I guess. All right, so now I can just pitch up and down and then hit IAS. That's actually, it's not bad because like if I hit it by accident, it's not gonna just suddenly start pitching up or down. I have to disable IAS mode, then pitch the plane to where I want it. Like I'm doing now. And then hit IAS or vertical speed again. All right, yeah, that's not too bad. Okay. All right, so let me, now I'm gonna unbind that one that I set that I don't need, which is select pitch hold mode or whatever. Oh, I have that for auto throttle anyway, so that's good. Okay. All right, that works. Nice. All right. Not bad, not bad. I guess I can't end the flight without landing it, so I'm gonna turn back around and just dive this thing. It feels weird to end it while flying, so I'm not gonna do that. Come in for a really crappy hand flying landing here. Test pilot style. Oh, we can get the gear down at 260 knots. Gear down at 13,000 feet. Been flight idle. How much is it? It was $40 US. If you get it, I would just recommend not using the tablet checklist. They were very confusing and a lot of the wording was very strange. Oh, it is 200. Yeah, you're right. Oh, it's yeah, VLO is 200. VLE is 260. Good thing there are no failures. The gear would just be broken right now. It's fine. We can, because there are no failures, I can just go full flaps right now if I want to. Which for this, get it on the ground right now before ending the stream landing will work just fine. There, full flaps. Let's go full spoilers while in the air. There we go. Pull boats and oh, the engine fire. Yeah. There we go. Yes, there we go. How's the 35A? Very painful when using the checklist, but even besides all of my checklist complaints and not being able to find things and things being in-op or labeled strangely, I think it's really cool. I need to fly it more. So I wouldn't tell somebody to buy it because it's like 40 bucks yet until I fly it more. But, you know, you guys have watched people that actually fly jets fly it, like V1, I guess, has a bunch of videos on it. If he says it's good, then it's got to be good. But because I know nothing about it, I've just struggled through the checklist in the last couple hours. I can't weigh in.
Sync rate.
But people in the chat seem to love it too.
Sync rate. Pull up. Pull up. Sync rate. Sync rate.
Yes, sync rate. We're good. Oh, reduce flaps? Okay. Flaps reduced.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
I'm at 8 flaps now. Oh no, I'm at 0. I'm all the way up.
Pull up.
Uh-oh.
Pull up.
You like how it flies?
Sync rate.
The systems are a little iffy. Yeah, it's pretty limited with like the autopilot. I don't mind that. It just takes some getting used to. Less flap. Yeah, they're all the way up. It's fine. We're going to hit the ILS. Yes, we're alive. Well, the engine fire handles work. Uh-oh. No! Well, the fire handles work, so that's good. We can kind of steer on the ground even with the engines dead. I mean, just based on how much you guys seem to love this, I didn't realize you guys love this plane this much. So I think I'm going to have to fly this instead of the CJ4 now. Didn't need the wings. Nope. No wings. Like, the passengers are fine. We got our coffee and stuff. It's just fine. Now, whether or not we can stop, who knows? Do I have to use the emergency brake? This one? Looks like it. We're not slowing down at all. Brakes, spoilers, everything. Emergency brake. Reversers don't work with our engines completely toast, I guess, but it's not it's not slowing down at all. I'm actually I'm surprised I can't even stop. Hydraulic pump that runs off engine power. Oh, we have the back. Does this hydraulic pump work with the engines dead? No. Oh yeah, it does. Nice. Oh, there we go. Yep, that was it. Yeah, we just turn the hydraulic pump on. There we go. Hey, now I know for if we get an actual Mayday situation, you can just turn the hydraulic pump on down here. Seem to do it. Sweet, we're alive. Count it. Oh man, that was a very stressful 2 hours. Not gonna lie, but I think I'm gonna replace all my CJ4 flights because I've been doing those recently. The CJ4 has been a lot of fun to get back into with like say intentions and beyond ATC and doing that with you guys and not just doing slow little prop flights. So, and this is less intimidating than the Fokker, that's for sure. The Fokker is like, when I go from, if I can learn this, then maybe it's a stepping stone to like the Phoenix or something. And then the Fokker later, because apparently the Fokker is like the most realistic plane ever in the sim. This is pretty cool though. I'm gonna fly this on the next stream. I will probably miss Saturday's stream because I'm probably gonna be up 24 or 40 hours straight without sleeping, trying to do the Destiny contest mode raid that's coming out on Friday. So most likely we'll miss Saturday's group stream. Maybe Sunday if I'm not completely sleep deprived, but there is a chance I won't see you guys this weekend again. You can blame Destiny. They did a really good job on the final expansion, so you can blame Bungie. I'm gonna call it here because I got Destiny to do because I gotta get ready for the raid. Very important. I have another life in Destiny. It's been a while, so it's an exciting time for Destiny players. Oh, same reason flaps and spoilers didn't retract. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, now I know. If I hit any emergency, I just turn on the hydraulic pump. Then maybe I have a shot. All right, guys. Yeah, short stream today, but that was so stressful. If you want to see me complaining about checklists for an hour and how developers should be supporting in-sim checklists as a requirement to be in the marketplace, in my opinion, that's the first half of the stream. But man, what a nice sunset. All right, guys. Thank you guys for the help. I know it's probably frustrating to watch me try to fly this thing. It's totally out of my element, Donnie. But I could definitely see flying this again. It's not as scary as the Fokker, where I'm like, I'm gonna have to study this for weeks. So I think that's a good sign. And seeing how excited you guys are with this plane, and saying how good it is, it's kind of yeah, you guys are giving me lots of reasons to keep flying it. So, all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out the last couple hours. I'll see you guys maybe Sunday, maybe not until Tuesday. I apologize. Maybe I'll throw on a Twitch stream here and there just to chat if you guys are just hanging out. You want to see some Destiny? I'll think about it. But I'll see you on the Discord at the very least. All right, guys. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Glad you took a stand on the checklist issue. Someone needed to do it. Yes, Microsoft, hear my demands. All right, guys, have a good one. Mrs. T-Fi, thanks again for re-upping your membership with a nice rolling chair you have now. And Raccoon, thanks for the $5 super chat. Raccoon fact of the day earlier. Appreciate you, dude. All right, guys. A short and stressful stream. I'll see you guys on the Discord. I'll see you on the next stream. Have a good night. Oh, look at that. The music ended right there. Totally planned. All right. Bye-bye.